Alright, Clive is now in Tekken. Not what we were expecting, but Clive is definitely flashy. So flashy that he actually does Final Flash. And deals quite a bit of damage as well. He also has some insane range on some of his moves. Like, what? Those hits from so far away even. Holy shit. Look at this. He has really good high attacks, as you can see. He also has really good mid attacks. But he is lacking in lows, which is actually good because he damn near has a faster Scourge. That would have been really fun to do. I dropped the combo. No. What? My excuse is that I'm tired. I've been at this for hours. Look at it. 210,000 damage is what I've done in practice mode. Also, I'm reading off notes, which is... I may sound weird because I'm reading off notes that I've made. We also have Zantetsuken, which hits from damn near a mile away, does combo damage by itself, and deletes Greyhound at level 5. Overall, I feel he has some clunky moves, which makes sense since he's not really a martial artist. He's a Final Fantasy swordsman. But I do also feel like he has some of the best moves in the game. Back 2, for example, hitting from a mile away. Guaranteed follow-ups. Guaranteed. From here. You also have stuff like his sidestep 1, forward 1+2, which tracks to both sides. And he has 1+2, carts! He has Wrath, Steel Pedal, back 4, which also counter hit launches for massive damage as well. Final Flash! 93. You also have back 1, pretty fast homing mid, also counter hit launches. You have down back 1-1, probably one of the most cracked moves in the game. We'll get to why later. Down forward 1-2-1, completely natural on hit. Also has a blue spark version if I can get him. Oh, suck. Never mind. Oh, there we go. I don't suck anymore. It's like Lee's back 1 string, honestly. It wall splats as well. He has great range, great whiff punishes. He can counter hit launch you from literally a fucking mile away with this. Forward 2. God damn, the range of this stuff. I won't go into the Final Flash. You can guess it deals a lot of damage. And that's all without the stance 50-50 stuff that he has going on. So for those who care about tier lists and stuff, I don't know where the fuck Clive would be exactly, but he's definitely one of the better characters in the game. Also, I do want to mention Clive has a lot of just frames. Like, a lot of just frames, but they aren't necessary. This is Clive, not Lee. You don't really need his just frames, they're just a bit more damage. Also, he is still new, and I don't know everything with him just yet, but something weird I found is he's unblockable. You can actually combo off this pretty much anywhere. It's not like a full combo, but still. Now, this is going to be useless like 99% of the time, and you can actually combo with, I think, almost every character's unblockable, but at the wall. Clive does not need a wall. Now, you're not seeing it here because I have it set to show Zantetsuken level 5, but that move there actually builds up his gauge quite a bit. So the fact that he can do that off it unblockable is kind of wild to me, I guess. It's stupid and pretty much useless most of the time, but it's still wild to me that he can do that. Now, there's quite a bit to go through here, so I'll try and get through it as fast as I can, and streamline things as fast as I can, or as much as I can, to what I feel are some of his best moves and stuff. So everyone can just get into playing him, basically. So to start off his good moves, of course, 10-frame jab. Doesn't have, like, the best reach in the world, but a jab is a jab. +8 on hit, as you can see. +1 on block. We also have 1-1, which is +6 on hit. It jails on block, surprisingly enough. So your opponent can't duck that, and it's -3 on block, which is pretty nice because you can Phoenix Shift. On hit, you get +6. On block, you stay -3. We also have 1-2 for a knockdown. This actually builds up the gauge. Let me actually turn off the gauge so we see the build up. 1-2 builds up a bit of your Zantetsuken. On block, though, it is -14, so this is definitely just reserved for being your 10-frame punish. We have 2-2. This is a 12-frame high mid, -1 on hit. On block, this is -8, but you can Phoenix Shift for +6 on hit and -1 on block instead of -8. These 2-2 strings in general, they don't seem to be interruptible or steppable, which is kinda crazy, honestly. But most of them are actually unsafe except 2-2-2, which is -9 for some reason. And 2-2, 1+2, this is your wall ender for Zantetsuken buildup. Next we have 3-2, 16-frame double mid. It says -12, but this is basically unpunishable. Who the hell has a 12-frame that reaches across the screen like this? That's actually kind of nuts. Like, this move has decent reach to it as well because of the sword. And it's basically unpunishable. Next we have 4-2, 12-frame double mid +3 on hit. This is -11 on block though, but it's decent regardless. You also have 4-4, which is mid-high. It's neutral on hit. On block, it's -8, but your opponent can actually duck the second hit. But 4-4 lets you Phoenix Shift for +14 on hit. And on block, +6. So you can mix between 4-4 and 4-2. So get your opponent used to holding back with 4-2. And then you suddenly throw out a 4-4 into Phoenix Shift into a mix. Next we have 1+2. Cuts! It is a heat engager, a 13-frame mid heat engager. And you can do it as a while standing move. Yeah, that's really nice. On block, surprisingly enough, it is -9. It's not punishable. That is crazy. This is a panic button. This is a panic button. Next we have forward 2-1. 15-frame mid-high. Also because of the sword has great range. +20 on hit. So yeah, mix-up time there. You can throw out like a back 1 if you wanted to. You can actually throw out a back 2 if you wanted to. You basically just get insane plus frames off of this one. On block, forward 2 by itself is -12. And you can duck the one input because it's a high. But you also have forward 2-2. That's double mid. As you can see, -8 on block. And this Phoenix shifts as well. So you can kind of mix your opponent there. If they block and they expect this, you can mix it up by throwing the mid and then Phoenix shift. Forward 3, 20-frame orbital. Leads into really good damage on hit as well. I messed up the combo, but yeah, you can imagine really good damage there. -14 on block, thank God this is not a safe orbital. Forward 1+2, 16-frame double mid heat engager that tracks to both sides for some reason, by the way. Tracking that way. We set them to sidewalk right. Tracks that way too. Why? I don't know. But that's a really good move regardless. On block, -8. Only -8. This move is kind of nuts as well. Down forward 1, 14-frame mid check, +4 on hit. On block, it's only -3, so it's pretty good. You also have down forward 1, 2, 1. Completely natural on hit. but it's not delayable. So you have to commit to this. On block, it is launch punishable. Also, your opponent can duck the second hit. You also have down forward 1-2 Phoenix Shift. On block, it's +6. On hit, +14. Down forward 2. It's 2 hits, but it's just 1 input. It's kind of like Android 21 in Dragon Ball Fighters. You just press down forward 2 and it does 2 hits. 15 frame mid launcher. On block, -13. However, this move, if we set it to crouch block, it launches crouching opponents as well. Down forward 4. 14 frame mid check, +5 on hit, -9 on block. So you could, I don't know if you would use that over down forward 1, but it's an option, I guess. Next up we have down 1. 18 frame evasive low, +2 on hit. On block, it is -13. Again, he's lacking lows, but he kinda does have basically everything else, including insane range. Next, we have down back 1-1. As you can see, that move knocks down on hit. It does actually wall splat as well and cause wall blasts and wall breaks and things. It is a 17 frame homing high mid. This move is actually kind of it's kind of cracked, honestly. Homing natural on hit, by the way. On block, though, this is where it gets crazy. On block, it does not do the follow-up. So this move is just automatically safe at -8. And if you happen to clip your opponent with it, you get the second hit. Can lead into shit like that happening. Yeah. Really good highs, really good mids. Kind of one of the most cracked moves in the game currently. So all in all, your opponent has to duck this move. Oh, and by the way, counter hit launches. Yeah, that move is kind of crazy. Next we have down back 4, basically Scourge at home. 19 frame low, +4 on hit. It is basically death on block. It is launch punishable. And of course, it launches on counter hit. Yay! Big combo. Next we have back 1. Really good 17 frame homing mid. +10 on hit. Really good on hit, I'm not gonna lie. On block, -13, but it does wall splat, and of course it counter hit launches for massive damage as well. I messed up the timing there, but yeah, big damage. Next we have back 2. This move is crazy. 20 frame high. Hits from pretty far away because of the sword rate. Look at this reach, by the way. +9 on hit. On block, -4. But you can Phoenix Shift for +23. Which basically means when you Phoenix Shift like this, you have, I think it's like 5 or 6 moves that you can do. The only move that is not guaranteed here is Phoenix Shift 3 +4. Any other Phoenix Shift move from this is guaranteed on hit. Any of them, including Hell Sweep. It's a combo. It's not a guess, it's a combo. And crazy enough, on block if you Phoenix Shift, it's +6. Next we have back 4, which is basically Steel Pedal. It's 18 frame Steel Pedal, +16 on hit as you've just seen. -9 on block. And of course, since it's a Steel Pedal, launches. Big damage once again. 93. Well, on a stage with walls. Back 1 +2. This is a 24 frame mid power crush. It has a built-in reversal break as well. And it deals more damage because of the reversal break. But luckily they don't go too crazy, and it is -14 on block. Sidestep 2-1. It does have a just frame input as well for a blue spark. I just don't know the timing too well just yet. But this is a 17 frame double mid. heat engager. That's pretty fast. And of course, it's insane range as well. However, on block, thank God it is launch punishable. Now let's get into Clive's punishers. For 10 frame, you have 1-2. That's going to start building your Zantetsuken meter. Or you can actually do 1-1 into Phoenix Shift and get a mix. It's also going to be your 11 frame. For 12 frame, you have 4-4 into Phoenix Shift for plus 14. Mix up time. You also have 2-1. And that's damage. That's your damaging punish. 2-1. Somehow I'm just getting the Blue Spark version. I will take it. And this is mix up. 13 frame. Cuts. 1+2. 14 frame. You could use the 13 frame here as well, or you can just do down forward 1-1. Kinda depends what you want. You want heat? Do you want quite a bit of damage for a down forward 1 punish? I Blue Spark, please. God damn. There we go. 41 damage. Also, it works like Lee's back 1-1-2 at the wall. And you don't even need the Blue Spark. So basically, don't get hit with that at the wall.
Lights out.
Or it's lights out, final flash for 80 damage. And then 15 frame, of course, you're down forward too. Now, while standing punishers, for 11 frame and 12 frame, you're using while standing 4, which can also face a Phoenix Shift. 13 frame, you have while standing 1-2, building Zantetsuken. You also have while standing 1 into Phoenix Shift for a mix. Or you can just do cuts. It's also gonna work as your 14 frames. For 15 frame, while standing 2 into big damage as well. I messed that up and it still did 84. Wow. Now let's go over Clive's stances. He has 2 because I don't feel like Updraft should be counted exactly as a stance. So we have Wings of Light, which is 3+4. And we have Phoenix Shift, which is forward 4. If you're doing them manually, you can also go into these stances using other moves like 3-3 into Wings of Light or 1-1 hold forward. Any of your Phoenix Shift moves, you can do it as a 4 input or you hold forward. Let's start with Wings of Light because this will be quick. You do not want to be in the stance. It's a gimmick stance. The only times you want the stance is for the built-in low parry. So for example, you think your opponent is going to do a low, you just hit 3+4. You go into the stance, auto low parry. The only other time you want to go into that stance is in a combo. You do not want to be flying around like this. As cool as this might seem, you cannot sidestep. Well, fly sideways, I guess. Besides back and forward. And everything here is extremely slow, extremely linear. So it's pretty obvious this is just meant to be a gimmicky stance that's there for the low parry and for combos. Phoenix Shift though. This is your main stance. You will go into this stance a lot from stuff like 1-1, back 2, let me turn off punish because that's going to get annoying. Down forward 1-2, Phoenix Shift, 4-4, Phoenix Shift, that list just goes on. So what do we have in Phoenix Shift? We have Phoenix Shift, oh, wrong button. Phoenix Shift 1, which is a 21 frame mid power crush. Deals decent damage. On block, it is -14. You also have Phoenix Shift 2, which is a 15 frame mid, +4 on hit. On block, it is -7. I don't know why I did the whole thing there. But there we go, -7. We also have Phoenix Shift 2-1. That actually wall splats added bounds in a combo, by the way. So you can use it in combos. On block, -12. You also have Phoenix Shift 2-2. That builds up a lot of your gauge, as you can see. On block, it is -13. So basically, 2-1 for damage, 2-2 to build up Zantetsuken. Next, we have Phoenix Shift 3, the 21 frame Hell Sweep. -3 on hit. On block, it's death, basically. It's a Hell Sweep. So what do we have with the Hell Sweep? Well, we have 3-2. This deals a bit more damage and it can break walls. And you also have 3-1+2, which builds up a lot of your Zantetsuken. We also have Phoenix Shift 4, -1 on hit. So, not really all that great when you just look at it like that. It's a 15 frame low though, and that's basically what you're mixing between. It's the 15 frame low or the 15 frame mid. It is -13 on block though. But on counter hit, guarantees cuts. Or guarantees a while standing 1-2. It can also guarantee basically while standing 1 Phoenix Shift into another mix-up. Phoenix Shift 1+2. 23 frame mid heat engager. It is also only -7 on block. Phoenix Shift 3+4. It is a 28 frame homing mid. It knocks down on hit, which means you're getting a wall splat, wall blast, all of that good stuff. On block though, if I can get them to block. Just do it this way. It is +7. It's basically Den 3. But it's really slow as well, which kinda sucks. So with Phoenix Shift, you're generally going to be at +6 most of the time, which means Phoenix Shift 4 and Phoenix Shift 2 is your mix-up. They are uninterruptible and almost completely unsteppable as well. You can sidestep right. Let's set in sidestep right. And you will sidestep Phoenix Shift 2. However, the second hit will track you there. And what's even more dumb is if you sidewalk to the right, it clips you. So you can only sidestep. You cannot sidewalk. Really dumb. And specifically, you can only sidestep Phoenix Shift 2. And if you Phoenix Shift at +14, this is basically guaranteed 50-50, +14. Because here you can't even sidewalk or sidestep. Alright, now it's everybody's favorite combo time. And no, I will not be showing every combo Clive has because he's still new and I don't know all of them myself. Instead, I'm going to give you the basics that I found out here. Anytime you launch with Clive, you want to do down back 1+2 1, which is that. Automatically does updraft basically, and then you want to follow that up with 2-2. You can just mash it. You don't even need the blue spark here. I'm blue sparking because I'm used to it, but now at that point, you have a choice to make. Do you want damage or do you want to build up Zantetsuken? For Zantetsuken, you go for the wall splat, 2-2, 1+2. You build up quite a bit, you deal some decent damage. If you want damage, in this case, that's what you do. Down forward 1-4-3, and you can start mashing 2. Because of the stage we're on, we actually want to whiff the down forward 1 there. But again, it kind of depends where you are on the stage and what stage it is. Now that's just basic stuff. It can change, again, depending on stage. For example, if we have a bit more space, like here for example. Here we actually want all 3 hits of the down forward 1 string. Just so we get that extra bit of wall carry for the wall splat. And this can basically be used in any combo. Even from your while standing 2, you can do this again. Still come out with decent damage. It's basically, this is like your bread and butter stuff within the combo. But off a while standing 2, you can throw in a back 2. that just boosts your damage even more. Suddenly we're at 93. Now what about auto-bound moves like your counter hit down back 4? In all honesty, I haven't figured these out fully yet. So we do this before it's an option. But again, I haven't fully figured these ones out. Like, you can do some weird stuff from this. Oh. Down back 4. Ah, I whiffed it. But yeah, you can do some weird stuff there. So I haven't figured those ones out entirely yet. And what about your counter hit launchers, for example, here? Basically, you can still do the exact same thing. And you're still dealing like 90 freaking damage. It's insane. Final flash deals damage, holy shit. Now, what if you're on a bigger stage or you can't really get to the wall? Honestly, in this case, I would say focus on building Zantetsuken instead. You can do something like that. Build up your meter. You actually have a lot of options here. Oh, I dropped it. Oh yeah, but when you do that, this combo where you're using down 1 into while standing 4, you actually can't blue spark this. You have to do it immediately. So there we go, like 68. Built up a lot of meter. Also, if you want, you can actually go for like the floor blast on this stage. Can I blue spark? There we go. It's something like this. And right there, we just built up to level 2 already. Dealt some decent damage, 78. So again, haven't figured out all the combos just yet, but he has some decent combos. I mean, look at that. The wall carrier, that was kind of nuts too. But again, bigger stage. You're going for Zantetsuken. You can, if you want to, go for the final flash here. It's just very awkward to do this combo. And again, without the wall, you're dealing like 72. I still think it's a bit more worth it on a wider stage, or stage where you can't get to the wall, to just go for Zantetsuken build up. And that's pretty much all I have on Clive for now. Again, he's still brand new, like, it's not even been 24 hours. I'm sitting with him from the time he released, so there's still a lot more to learn with this character. I'm glad we can actually customize him though. That was a huge surprise. That was fantastic, actually. I was really not expecting that. But you guys let me know what you think about Clive. Remember to leave a like if you liked. Actually, wait, hold on. Before we end the video, let me actually show you the good combo. That is so cool looking though. Omae wa mou shinderu. 122 damage. Clive is kinda nuts, I'm not gonna lie.